and memories of the disaster that occurred in Connecticut. Let us offer a silent moment. Thank you. We don't have it on the agenda, but there's no action to be taken. And I ask Brother George if you would, for our information, share us the progress that's made on the terminal at the airport.
Yeah. Billy did the numbers, so but I want to say first, appreciate all that you're doing for our airport. Facility is so important to the community. And the building that we are renovating, the old terminal building, is approximately 50 years old, and it's never had anything done to it in that period of time. And I asked the mayor to go out and look at it, and he did, and he said, well, we'll make some changes. So we're in the process, and we're working around a budget. And as of right now, we've spent about $7,700, and that is exceptionally good. Very good. The detention center workers are carpenters, and they're doing a tremendous job, so we're real proud of them. And I found if you feed them, they really do good out there. So we're about, I figure we're about 75% complete on our renovation. On the inside, we've got some to do to the outside. So early part of January, we should be good. I came by and thanked the mayor because some of you, you may not be involved in aviation, but it is so important to a community. Our ceilings were collapsing in the bathrooms, and a lot of important people fly in. So anyway, we're in the process, and we'll say thank you for that. Any more of that you want to do?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that we do appreciate Brother George. Brother George is on the Airport Commission, and he's doing an outstanding job. He's at the airport every day with the constructors. He and Skipper to make sure that the progress is going real well, and it really is. They are doing an outstanding job. I would like to say that also that we've spent, like I said, $7,700 of the budgeted from the state, $10,000 that has been acquired. We anticipate that we have purchased approximately 85% of the material at this time, with 15% left. And we feel for sure that we are going to fall within the budget limits itself without any changes. But I want everyone to understand that the furniture and fixtures that we purchase cannot come from the state grant money. That is going to have to come from the town itself. They will not cover, like if we put chairs in there, couches, or whatever, a little area to where they can get refreshments. The city will have to pay for that. So I want to make sure that everyone understands that. I know y'all approved $10,000 to do this project, and we're very fortunate with the state giving us a matching $10,000, and then they turned around and told us that we could extract their $10,000 first. From the grant money. So we are very fortunate. We appreciate the state and Danielle Gaylord, who is over the Department of Aviation for the state and helping us do this project.
Billy, I might, if y'all want it, I might be able to get some or a donation for furniture in memory of John, my late husband, who was an integral part of the airport for many years. But that's up to y'all, and I don't know that it'll happen, but I was working on it.
And we appreciate it. I don't think anyone have any objections to that, to doing that part. Does anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask about the airport? I don't know if any of you have had an opportunity to go by and look at the progress that's been made. If you haven't, feel free to go by there. They're there every day from, well, not every day. They do not work on Mondays. They have a special school that the inmates go to, but from Tuesday to Friday, they're there all day long. So if you haven't had an opportunity to go by and visit and look to see what the progress is going to be, please do so. Brother George, we appreciate it very much. Thanks for everything you do.
And the city of Winnsboro is indebted to you also for the fine work you've done. Item number 2, approve the minutes of November regular meeting.
May I make a motion that we approve the minutes from last month's meeting?
It's been properly moved that we approve the minutes of the last month's meeting. And second, all in favor say aye. Item number 3, alcohol license renewal on 2030. Do we have all the paperwork in order?
Yes, sir. Regarding the alcohol license, all the businesses were in compliance for the year with no mishaps, and he said that I'm having to fill in for Chief tonight. He said that he would like to recommend that y'all do for the license next year.
Okay. It has been recommended by the chief to approve them. What is your pleasure?
Move to accept the recommendation by the police chief.
Properly moved to accept the recommendation of the police chief.
Second.
And second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed? Let the record reflect that it is unanimously approved. Item number 4, the audit.
We just finished the audit, and we sent it to the legislative auditor today, for the year ending June 30th, 2012, beginning 1 year before that, July 1st, 2011. And just to refresh your memory of how this works, the council and the mayor appoints an auditor every year, and we sign a contract, which the mayor signs a contract, and then we send it to the Louisiana legislative auditor, who also has to approve the contract. And we work, we communicate with them a lot, and we work according to a lot of standards that they provide, and they review us. So if you want to know who's seen that we were to do this work, it's them, Louisiana legislative auditor. And anyway, we're the only person, your auditor, that looks at these books in great detail at the end of the year. If anybody's going to look at it, it's going to be us and nobody else, unless we find something. And then, by law, we have to notify the legislative auditor. And if we find something material enough or major enough, and they'll decide whether they're going to come in and finish the job or add on to the job. So anyway, we're the first one to look at it, and if it's a clean audit, we're the only one that looks at it. So that's how it works. So what we have here, we have a clean audit. It's the opinion is what we call an unqualified opinion, and that means that we say that each financial statement fairly presents the financial condition of the city of Winnsboro on June, and the balance sheet on June 30th, 2012. Now, y'all have not had a chance to look at this audit, and I had every intention of trying to get it so you could have, but so I'm going to just go over some highlights, And then, if y'all want me to come back, we'll come back, whatever you want to do to give y'all some time to look at this thing and digest it. But this is what you're looking at. Y'all have about $5 million in cash, a little bit more than $5 million in cash. Currently due accounts payable, y'all didn't have hardly anything. You had paid all your bills. I think it was only about $13,000 in unpaid accounts payable. You're paying the bills as they occur. Now, you do owe primarily to FHA, maybe all to FHA, about $4.5 million. And you got cash $5 million, you owe $4.5, but you owe that $4.5 over the next 32 years. You don't owe it right now. So I would say you may be the strongest government around in northeast Louisiana, to tell you the truth, that you just need to keep it that way. So then, we've got a lot of detail from page 1 all the way back to page page 40, and there's another opinion. Now, this is the opinion on our comments on your internal control and compliance with laws and regulations. And we have two things. On the laws and regulations, you overspent your budget by 7%. Now, the law allows you to overspend your budget by no more than 5%. Now, that 2% was only amounted to about $60,000 out of a total budget of, y'all's budgets for the general fund is about $3.5 million. So I wouldn't be real alarmed if you overspent it about 2%, $60,000 out of $3.5 million. But it's a law violation. Leslie always tells us that we have to report that. So then the other one is internal control. Your log is kept in the city hall of rental of the civic center is it's what we call a material weakness. It's not good enough. We couldn't tell, or we could tell that sometimes when deposits are made, well, people, when they rent the civic center, they pay two things. They pay $150 deposit, which they get back if there's no damage done and if they clean it up. And they also pay, I think it's $350 a day for rental. It appeared to us that when somebody comes in and makes a deposit, it's not getting to the bank the next day. We like to get to the bank for the next day. We saw some that we thought was taking a month to get to the bank. And also, when somebody comes in and makes a deposit, sometimes they don't actually have the event. They cancel. And we couldn't tell by looking at that log accurately. It just wasn't recorded accurately who canceled and who didn't, and we just couldn't really audit it. So what we're going to do, we're just suggesting that log have it's just got to be better. And the mayor, I think you've already done it, but it just needs to show who put up the money. And if somebody put up $350, I need to, let's say everybody put up the whole rental was $10,000 for the year. The general ledger, which reflects what was deposited in the bank, needs to say $10,000 exactly. Now, it came pretty close. Our problem was we couldn't satisfy ourselves if deposits were being made timely, and we couldn't decide who canceled and who didn't because it just wasn't recorded good enough for us. Now, we wanted to be a pretty high standard. We want it to be easy. We want to see every deposit in the bank the day or the next day from when it's recorded in that register, and we want to see it in the general ledger the same day. We just couldn't see that. The community center rental is not that much money for this operation of this city. Let's don't say this is any big deal. The rental is civic center is way less, and even that $60,000 if you overspent the budget. Well, it's just, anyway, it's just something we need to work on. And, that's all I can think of that I think y'all want to hear about tonight. Y'all need to take these financial centers home and study them, and then I'll come back and, then we'll talk about it some more. That's what I've got. As far as your revenues, for the year, I don't remember exactly, but you're about broke even for the year, revenues and expenditures. Y'all doing fine. You're doing fine. But that's two things you need to work on the budget. Getting in line with that and do a whole lot better job on that, register. The register book of who rents the civic center. Now, I've already sent the legislative auditor his copy. I think I need to send the USDA one. And I think that's all I'll send them to. If you know anybody else, when I call you tomorrow, I'll let you know and I'll send them to them. But anyway, that's what we have. But if y'all haven't had a chance to look at this thing, it's 40-some pages. Look at it and tell me when you want to come back and discuss it more fully and answer questions and so forth. We'll do it. I appreciate the help you gave us. And, you're in full compliance with the federal government, full compliance with the state, as far as getting audit done. I don't know. It's not that I don't know. I know you're in compliance. Let's look what you got today. It had to be there by December 31st. There. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Hopkins. You have been very helpful to the city of Winnsboro.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. So let me know, and if you want me to decide you want me to talk about it some more, when I call you tomorrow, maybe you can let me know when you'd like me to come back.
Yes, sir.
When I call you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank y'all.
Councilmember, what is your pleasure?
Well, did anybody have any questions for me? I couldn't anybody else. Well, we'll do that later.
Yeah, I'd like to review it and then ask you.
Okay. All right, thank you.
District 2 would like to ask that a special call meeting be held for not only the benefit of District 2, but also for the remainder of the council, in order to be able to look at this information within the next 10 to 15 days, and ask this gentleman to come back and answer any and all questions that we might have. Therefore, I'm recommending and asking by way of a motion that it be made, the motion of accepting the audit, that we have time to review the audit and to ask questions within the next 10 to 15 days.
We can do that.
Second, if that's a motion, I'll second.
Okay. Will.
That was a motion.
There's a motion. I'll second.
Excuse me.
That was a motion
And a second.
and a second.
All in favor, raise your right hand. Let the record reflect that you unanimously approve.
Mr. Mayor,
Mhm.
based on the decision and the fact that we do have this favorable motion, then I'd like to make a recommendation that the audit be accepted as it is presented to us tonight. Of course, we may have questions later. Those questions will be contingent upon whatever it is that's found after we read. But as far as accepting the audit, I feel that he would not have given us this information had it not been, or told us, what he did as far as the audit being fair and true. And I recommend that it be accepted as it has been put together. That way we will not be late as far as having, meeting the deadlines on 31st.
Okay. It has been properly motioned to accept the audit as read for the time being. Do I have a second?
Second.
Probably moved in
I
second.
had discussion
Question?
on that. I would have a hard time voting for that simply because I haven't looked at it yet, so.
Excuse me?
I haven't reviewed it yet, so I'm trying to, I'm wondering how I can vote to accept this without reviewing it. So, that's all I'm saying. I'd like to look at it.
Oh, we're gonna meet our timeline, I sent it to the legislative office, he's done that.
Yeah, he's already sent it to the legislative office, so the timeline is gonna be met.
Right, so we met the timeline.
And they're probably gonna have more questions than we would have
Oh, yeah.
in reference to that.
Right.
This, of course, gives us an opportunity to be in compliance with the laws as far as the auditor answering questions for us. And even if we find something that's out of compliance, there's nothing that we can do anyway,
Well,
that the legislative auditors want to do.
yeah, that's true. Okay.
But it gives us an opportunity to clearly understand, and if we have to present anything to our constituents, then we'll know exactly what we're talking about, based on the information that he has given us.
Okay.
Does that clarify your question, Mr. Gill?
It did.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay.
Nay.
Let the record reflect that there was one opposed. Item number 5, a resolution authorizing the mayor to apply for the LGAP grant of $50,000. A fund that we routinely get every year that it's applied for. As a matter of fact, that's what our police cars was purchased with when they were bought, both cars. So we'll actually, for permission to apply for that amount.
Mayor, if you'd like to do, I'd go over that and kind of explain it to them in detail if you don't mind.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Would y'all like me to do that? I'll ask the council to do that. And the mayor is one that asked to prepare this LGAP grant for $50,000 that is the state makes available each year to buy mainly purchasing equipment. It does not have to be specifically for equipment. But this year we were at a time constraint and put one together that for $50,000. And after Skipper brought to the attention to the mayor and the city council that how badly he needed a street sweeper, we used that for as a project in itself. We submitted the project for the LGAP grant, and well, we have not submitted it. Let me correct myself. We have not submitted it. We will not submit it until this resolution has been passed by the city council. And if it is, they are holding up on it right now for us to send the resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into this agreement, which will be done either tonight or early in the morning. And we have got an extension until that deadline tomorrow to get it in to make sure that we have an opportunity to get this money. We do have this is to buy a street sweeper, I don't even know how you say it, Skipper. The name of it? Swartzer A4000 street sweeper. The street sweeper is $135,000 for the value of it, and hopefully that we will get, and we will be notified in January, where we will be, the town city will be receiving $50,000 to go toward that purchase, and that will make a big determination whether you want to go into a lease purchase or purchase it out where you can justify the interest you're gonna save on the straight purchase, or whether you wanna spend the interest money on a lease purchase or lease it and then actually come up and buy the piece of equipment. In my opinion, that's where that is. We do have support letters from the state senator and the representative on this project. We have talked to the agency itself in Baton Rouge, and they are highly recommending this project, and it would be a very good project. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but it's a very good project, is what they told me, to get it in, and they would certainly make it go through real expedient. Any questions? Thank you.
No questions?
Move to adopt resolution number 12-1201.
Second.
Been properly moved and second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Let the record reflect that it was unanimously approved. Billy, I'm going to put you on the spot again. Resolution number 12-1202.
Okay.
Purchase of.
This is a resolution that we have been working with the McLemore family to buy the piece of property adjacent to the Council on Aging for the town of Winnsboro. The property was appraised at $119,000, and we have worked out a purchase price on that, if approved by the city, for $95,000. The McLemore family will donate the first $10,000 of that $95,000, and it will cost the city of Winnsboro $85,000 to purchase this piece of property. It's a wonderful piece of property. I think it would be a tremendous asset to the downtown area and for the development of our city.
So in essence, you're saying that with the appraisal, we're looking at a possible equity margin of about $35,000?
That's correct.
What type of improvements do we have to make, or will we have to make on that? Anything that you know, improvements that will have to be done that you know of at this time?
Improvements at this time, it just depends on what is going to be constructed, what we're going to do with it, and this is just for the purchase of the property at this time.
So we're not necessarily earmarking it for anything.
It's not earmarked for anything. This is, they said they felt like that the McLemore family said that they would like the city to have this property because of what the city has contributed to their business for many years, and for what they feel like that this piece of property can enhance the downtown area of our community.
So it's a good financial move for the city as far as...
in my opinion, yes, sir.
Council,
I mean,
do you see anything that
we're checking prices, John, and basically that's all I can do is the property right across from Skills First National, adjacent to Council on Aging. It could be used for lots of purposes in the town of Winnsboro, as Billy said. It's a nice tract of property, and you know, we bought downtown parking. It's all right in our downtown area. Now, to answer your question, I've got to finish the title. That's the only thing the attorney can say, you know, if there's a problem with the title. And it would be to give the mayor the authority, you know, subject to me approving the title and that sort of stuff. But the move for the town, certainly y'all can see. You know, you think it'll benefit the town, and it's right in the center of town. I can think of many, many things y'all can use it for in the future. And the preliminary says the title's good right now. We did a preliminary check the last couple of days. We need another day to finish checking the title. And I think they want to move by the first of the year.
Right, the McLemore family would like to do this before the first of the year for tax purposes. I will say that, they offered this if it could be closed by the first of the year. And again, all of this